This was a comment on our video, Mark 7:19 and the newer interpretations. So if you don't know Mark 7:19, it is thus Yeshua declared all foods clean. And so we did a whole show, a deep dive show on this specific verse. You can go watch it. And then we clipped a little portion of it. This person writes and they say, Matthew got it right because Matthew was an original disciple, unlike Mark. Matthew received the word as once delivered to the saints, which we must contend for according to Jude. Matthew declares it was a matter of eating with dirty hands and have nothing at all to do with what foods were eaten or not. Sorry to inform, but an enemy has done this. There is the leaven of the Pharisees in our modern Bible. So,
oh my goodness gracious.
This comes down to inerrancy. This comes down to canonicity. This comes down to the idea that some people believe that our Bibles have been corrupted. There's absolutely, by the way, no evidence for this. In fact, if you get a chance,
I would venture to say this person has not even remedial skill in reading, like,
of course,
Greek or understanding. That they're just going to they've got scissors. And they're going to start cutting stuff out of the Bible saying, oh, this is leaven of the Pharisees in our modern Bibles. I understand. I would agree with that there are translations that lead people down the wrong road. I would agree with this person on that. But they don't discern that because they're calling out Mark. They're saying Matthew was the original disciple, Mark wasn't. And therefore, the modern Bibles have leaven. In my mind, the way that sounds is that they're associating the bad translations of Mark to Mark himself, to Mark and authorship. And that's that's so, sorry, that's ignorant.
I love how you said, like, I don't know exactly what you said, but something about like cutting out. The thing is like as soon as you say, hey, there's some bad leaven here, or the Pharisees got in and changed some things, you can literally you can make whatever theology up you want.
Yeah, because the book of Hebrews needs to go, the book of Jubilees needs to come back in,
or you can just say, well,
you're Dr. Frankenstein.
You can say, hey, you know what? This portion in Philippians 2 where Paul talks about Christ not thinking it necessary to retain his position with God. No, that's been corrupted. I'm just going to take that out. Now I can make whatever theology I want because I can just cut out the things that I don't like. And say, this was Pharisees. The leaven of the Pharisees has gotten in here. You can cut out whole books, or you can cut out just sections, or even just words. And this is how we make a religion unto ourselves. This person, unfortunately, if they haven't already, they're teetering on the idea of making themselves into the God that they worship, as opposed to worshiping the true God. We do not get to pick and choose. Canonicity is an extremely and by the way, we see this in our modern times with some of the horrific teachings going on. Sean Griffin is a perfect example of this. No language skills whatsoever, couldn't put together a Greek sentence or read a Greek sentence if his life depended on it, yet he's making all these horrific theologies from texts without being able to even understand what the texts say. And by the way, Anthony Rogers just absolutely destroys him when it comes to the Greek originals, because Sean Griffin thinks that he's just able to pick and choose whatever he wants in terms of, I don't need to know anything about these texts at all. I can just figure it out. And then he just blames it on, that's just a scholarly view. The point here is simply this: as soon as we decide that we can add new books or take books out or whatever, and we can mess with the canon however we want, basically all we're doing is building up a religion that we want. It's a personal religion, and the God of that religion is self, because I get to choose now. I get to choose what's right and what's wrong, and that's all there is to it. Go for it, Rob.
No, I don't have anything to add to that.
Oh, come on, you do. You do. All right.
No, I mean, we're dealing with, I don't know. I'm still trying to learn how to describe like what this world is like. Yeshua, he used parables. He's like, what is it? What is the kingdom of heaven like? It is like, such and such. But we're in such a crazy thing where everything's upside down, and I really don't know, where people are getting. I don't know. I feel like I don't even know how to talk about like what's going on in the world today. It's so crazy.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Tell us your thoughts on this subject by leaving a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications. And we'll see you in the next video.